happen. MaNa versus Bly. Both of them, well, Bly in need of a victory here to just advance in first place. MaNa needs a 3-0 to advance at all. Bly just needs one map to advance in second place. So let's see how this goes as we do go to the bottom right hand side of the map. In game number 1, our red Zerg player, it is Bly. He's up against the blue Protoss to the top left hand side. It is from Team Liquid, it's MaNa. So again, Parasite, we're also going to see 16-bit and Fracture here, so a couple of different maps. This map is by Zwek, who actually has 3 maps in the finals. You just saw Lost and Found. It's another one of his maps, as well as System Shock, that weirder map with the 2 watchtowers between the naturals. So that's what's going on. Then we're going to have Fracture and Avex map, and we're going to be having, again, 16-bit by Octomologist as well, which should be pretty fun. Glad to see that map coming up again. As honestly, the last couple times I've casted, the last couple times I've casted as Bly has been pretty cool long games, so excited to see how it's going to go. Did Digital Frontier get played today? Yes, it did. It got played during the Bjorn and Bly series, although I won't lie, mate, it wasn't a very long game. Yeah, today's games have been pretty quick, aggressive, and all over the place. It's been a little bit weird. But yeah, we saw Digital Frontier a little bit earlier on. And it was the third map of Bly versus Bjorn. Alright, well, let's see what happens here in Bly versus MaNa then. Again, a series with a lot on the line for every single map. And let's see how this is going to go in the next few moments. Scan this setup and ready to roll. Looking to see what's going to happen in the next couple of moments. Here, as you can see, a Queen on the way out, a Nexus on the way up as well, and you see that link speed currently on the way up from Bly as well. So, getting set up into this and seeing what's going to happen. As you see, link speed coming through, Nexus on the way. I'm just repeating myself. I should just shut up for a moment instead of just repeating. Stargate on the way down, as we do see MaNa getting set up in towards a fairly standard opening here initially on Parasite. Yeah, I think these maps as well could actually create for some really good games if we have Parasite. Again, Fracture's kind of a standard map, which can create some pretty cool games, I think, as well. And there's also that final map, which is going to be 16-bit, which is actually pretty large, which will also be kind of interesting. So, intrigued to see what happens. Bly picked out some interesting builds against Hero already once today. He also got attacked quite interestingly by Hero. I guess actually the only time we really got to see Bly pick a build was when he got to Ling Flood. The other games, Hero proxy gated him and went for that shield battery rush as well. So it's been a couple of interesting ones. Bly's not had the most standard of games today, but I feel as though a ZVP against MaNa is maybe the best chance we have of seeing Bly playing some macro. Just going to see these couple of Zerglings coming across towards the upper side of the map. And we are going to be seeing a Void Ray on the way out here from MaNa, getting ready to go as well. So Void Ray coming up. Again, that Warp Gate is just about halfway done here at the moment, with another gateway also coming up on the front of this natural. So just getting its full wall off completed here currently, as we're going to see this Void Ray kicking in and going to be starting to work its way through that Overlord. So Overlord does get picked off. Lair on the way up as well. So just very quickly here, Bly going into the lair, but not kind of like super quick, like all in quick. It's just he wants to play some kind of hideless den focused playstyle, and he wants to play that early on. He doesn't want to go into a faster melee upgrade, so that's what he's going to spend his gas on here. See on Parasite, an interesting kind of forward base, which is what Bly takes right away. You can also come down towards this base here to expand. You can also go over here. There's a lot of different choices. There's a lot of ways to expand, and that's one of the things I love about this map so far. I actually think it's really cool, as we're going to be seeing this single Zergling just looking around. Does spot that Oracle coming across. It's taken a little while for it to come across, because it was the second unit produced from the Stargate. Initially a Void Ray coming out, and that's what's currently picking up some bits and pieces so far. Gets a Crypt and a Ling there, as we are going to have this Oracle to the right hand side. We're going to try and do a little bit more as well. Queen's there poking the Oracle away and are going to be able to push it up this right, as we're going to be seeing the Void Ray coming through, and is going to be able to pick away at that Overlord. It's going to drop here in the next couple of moments, so Overlord goes down. Hydralisk Den coming up, and we're just going to be seeing a few more drones coming into play as well. And again, the faster Hydra Den, not too much of a surprise off of this timing of a lair. Let's see what exactly he wants to do. Fast lurkers, or is he just going to go Hydra upgrades? He could definitely get aggressive. We'll see how many more drone supply he wants to make. Right now on 55, as MaNa making an Immortal, making a Forge, a couple more Sentries, still getting set up into this. What's up, -0? One of the map makers himself, coming through for the sub in the channel. Get some love for him. He has a bunch of maps in this competition, 3 actually, tied with Swek and Avex for the most number of maps in this finalists. Maker of Catalyst as well, if you guys didn't know. And in this tournament he has Blue Shift, which is one of my favorites, Digital Frontier. I actually think they're the 2 prettiest maps in the map pools. And one more, Back Preifgesicht, the one that no one can say of the gold bases. And the naturals. Thank you for the sub, mate, appreciate it. And hope you're enjoying the games and your maps, even if some of them have been really, today, a little bit quick, honestly. Anyways, these 2 oracles have been able to help deflect these lings for now. As you do see, Hydra's on the way up. Bly hasn't really droned in a while. 57 workers, and that's what becomes concerning here. You know, does he just continue to make a lot of units and just look to kind of get very aggressive here very soon as these lings are actually starting to get some damage done? MaNa not responding to it as he's busy microing his oracles. He gets, what, 4 workers killed, but he's lost 8 probes on the other side of the map. There's damage which I don't think should be happening with those Adepts and Void Ray nearby. He should be able to shut this down a lot more easily, pull probes away. This shouldn't happen so easily at all. Big mistake there, as we're going to be seeing those lings coming back up to the top side once again. We're going to see a few more sentries coming through. +1 attack upgrade being chrono boosted out. I'm just going to be seeing this Colossus also going to be popping in a couple of moments. Lings and Hydra still gathering together to this top side. A lot more Hydras coming in here from Bly as well. And just going to be seeing the fact that he's lost 10 probes, man, is just so painful as this attack gets ready to come on in. And now he's a little bit out of position to protect the third base as well. As Void Ray pulls back, there's some sentries available. Force fields come through. The Oracle's initially in some trouble. There's the first Colossus. That's going to be a major part of being able to fight this army. As we already see, the Colossus obviously doesn't have range just yet, so has to fight from a little bit closer than it would like to. As these Hydra numbers are already being worked away at, though, the Force Field's buying a lot of time as MaNa going to be losing out on his Immortal as well. Colossus still in a position where he can get back towards the natural wall-off so he can stay safe. A few more Hydras arrive in a single Zealot or 2 going into tank. MaNa's still dealing some damage where he can. Again, off creep, he can kind of fight against those Hydras. A few more Lings make it a bit more difficult because they can kind of get on top of Colossus a lot more easily. Charge just now starting up, and it feels as though MaNa's in a little bit of a tough spot in terms of what he can actually build to help himself out here. Second Colossus will go a long way in the near future. As you see these Hydras coming back into this left-hand side, a couple of Lings are going towards the third base. There's the second Colossus, the Void Ray coming back into play too, and MaNa for now is continuing to defend. A clutch defense here, and a necessary defense, of course, if he wants to make it through this competition into the quarterfinals. Oh, he loses one of the Colossus though, and that's a big mistake. Thermal Lance is just a few seconds away, and that's what's making it so difficult to hang on, not having that Colossus range. As you're going to see, the Void Ray might have to come in as well, just for a little bit more damage to be done. This Colossus is walking over this little pathway here. It's actually an interesting map for the Colossi to be on, because of this little walkway, which allows him to have an extra way back into the natural. 9 more workers lost here. Bly only had a 6-worker lead. Now extended Thermal Lance is here, so it becomes a lot easier for these Colossi to fight. Charge is almost done, and 2 Colossi being made at a time. It begins to feel as though MaNa might have just been about to, or just about being able to hold on to this. Wow, nice little defense there. As we are going to be seeing the Colossi, Zealots, and the Sentry continuing to gather together. Just going to be seeing again the Hydras continue to work their way through a little bit more of this. 9 workers, 10 workers going down. And it's going to be seen again a few more of those Hydras getting picked away at. Yes, that's actually going to be seeing the Colossus taking some damage. Just pull away in time though. Still staying alive here. MaNa's army supply is actually up. That Colossus just goes down, but I think he's done enough anyways to stay alive in this. And he's going to keep on cleaning this up. And then 10 workers lost, but his army supply is huge here. Very nicely done. Very nicely done. As we continue to step into this. They have Zero saying thanks for doing the tournament. By the way, the previous subs were one of the map makers too. Oh, Music is, I assume, the maker of 16-bit. I actually said the map makers the wrong way around before. I said Octomologist was the maker of 16-bit, which isn't true. Music 246 is. You're going to see 16-bit as one of the maps in this series as well. So, hey, what's up, Music? How you doing? I'm just a little bit kind of off in general today. I was actually just talking to Bly before, trying to tell him what the situation was with the map score and stuff, and I just couldn't for the life of me figure it out. I was just like, I just couldn't figure it out. My brain's just completely turned to mush after the stress of trying to figure out players and other things earlier on. Well, Bly going to transition here. He's going to go into mutas, and MaNa didn't really attack across the map when he had the lead to maybe do so. Now as he moves across, there's going to be the possibility of just adding in those mutas, and well, if mutas intercept this army, there is really a lot of anti-air right away. 2 Archons, and that's about it for now. As Zealots joined up with those Colossus, we're going to be seeing this War Prism helping to lead the charge. Mutas are just going to go up towards the main, where there's a cannon, but not really much else. A single Phoenix. MaNa just hasn't had the chance to really scout any of this, and that could be a big issue for him. Lurker's on the way up too, so defensively Bly's going to be completely fine. And this combination of being able to just be kind of completely fine defensively because of the Lurkers, while being aggressive with the mutas, is just going to be fantastic for him, as we're going to see this Phoenix continue to come on through and start fighting against some of those, some more of those Mutalisks there. They turn back around and going to be able to kill off a few more of those probes. 5 workers going down so far, and he's going to be able to get a few more of them once again here this time around. So he's going to continue to get some more damage dealt. We're going to see 16 workers killed. I mean, right now, MaNa's starting to push up this ramp because actually the Lurkers aren't burrowed for some reason, but now I think MaNa's in trouble to the point where he might have to just turn around. I mean, Stalkers warp it in. Phoenix are building, obviously, to try and counter this, but he just didn't see it coming. Kept so occupied with the kind of attack earlier, he just didn't get the scouts across the map, and now losing 30 workers to this, it looks as though Bly is going to take the one map he needs to guarantee himself moving through this group and into the quarter-finals. He's doing a little bit more damage here once again. I'm just going to see the mutas coming in once more. Corrupt cannon here to continue to fight, as we do see the Colossus dropping back down. I'm just going to see the Stalkers running across the map to try and join up with this. Maybe just going to try and base trade it, but actually has to turn and fight a couple of these mutas which have been coming across the map. We'll kill 1, could have maybe killed 2 if the rest of the Stalkers in the back had joined in. The issue just is the Lurkers. How do you fight against them? This one observer is going to get targeted down. Oh my god, it falls, and now there's no detection at all here, right? So if you can't see the Lurkers, you're going to be in trouble. He's just going to try and run past. MaNa just does not have enough to fight this at all, and those mutas are still going huge back over in his main. And that is absolutely crazy. As we're going to be seeing, well, those Archons are going to keep on dropping. And this really is just about it. And Bly is going to take game number 1 of this best of 3. As we go into the bottom right-hand side to get us started, the red Protoss player, who is down a game, can no longer advance. But let's see if he can stop Bly from getting first place in the group. It is Team Liquid's MaNa. And at the top left-hand side is going to be the blue Zerg. Let's hear it if you're cheering on Bly. Ken, thank you so much for tuning in, everyone, today. So many of you guys tuning in and watching. As we are continuing to get set up into this right now. And so you're going to see a couple of drones on the way up, looking to see what's going to happen here over the next couple of moments. Alright, so getting set up, looking to see what's going to happen as we're going to be seeing the Pylon getting thrown down over here, and the hatchery already expanding out just towards the third base instead. A couple of probes coming up in towards the main. As we do just see MaNa getting ready to expand himself here in the next couple of moments here on Fracture. Again, game number 2. This map by Avex from the standard section. As we just get this set up and ready to go. How much is the prize money? Asked Bronze League Hobo. There's $4,000 up for grabs in this event, and every player gets paid out. 4th place in the group takes home $25. 3rd place in the group $50. Top 8 is $100. 4th place is $300. 3rd place is $500, I think. And then we have 2nd place $750 plus $50 per map in the finals. And 1st place $1,000 plus $50 per map in the finals. As you see, this drone just running around after that probe, nibbling away at it, and it does just pop up in towards the main base there. Another Overlord of Bly just sat out the front here too. As we're just going to be looking to see what's going to happen next. Ling speed starts up from Bly. Ling's and another Queen on the way out. Twilight Council already dropping down from MaNa behind this mineral line. As you see this Overlord moving in towards the main base, and again just this probe of MaNa moving across as well to see what else he can get up to now. As that probe just moves all the way in towards the natural expansion. And we do have those Zerglings of Bly. They're setting up as well just outside of this third base.
Looking to see what they can get up to in the next few moments as well.
As Adept does finish up and starts to deal a little bit of damage here to these drones. We'll see this Adept continue to move around and is going to be picking up this... very nearly picks up that second worker as well. Just doesn't quite manage to get it done, as we do see Resonant Enclaves currently on the way up here from MaNa. Stalker on the way out, and Bly is throwing down an Evolution Chamber. So he's going to look for a Link Flood here on Fracture to try and clean this up nice and quickly. As you do see a couple more gateways coming down and getting ready to go. This Ling is a little bit stuck up there, getting stuck in the corner, a little bit unfortunate as we see more Lings coming across the map. Not heavy all in from Bly, he's actually already drawn in behind this, so not reinforced with more Lings. Already getting his work account going once more, as he actually hasn't even morphed in a Dropper yet, so throwing down a Rotron, he's not going to commit to this, it seems, as MaNa going into Glaives and Adepts. Bly just ends up backing away, down on workers so heavily already, but, well, we'll see what happens in the next few moments here. As those Lings are still moving around and looking to see just what else they can get up to in the next couple minutes. Alright, so as Lings continue around, we're just going to be seeing the Adepts, so I'll continue to gather back up together, and again looking to see what else is happening. And that's going to be seeing the Stalker. As going to be there, and you're just going to be seeing the Adepts just again ready to fight against those Lings a little bit further once more. Roaches on the way out and continue to get ready to go for a little bit more aggression in the next few moments. As it's going to be seeing Bly still positioned to be aggressive, of course. I mean, just 6 Roaches. I guess he's just getting ready to deal with the Adepts, but with Bly you never know when it's going to turn into a big counterattack and just continued flooding of units. I mean, right now he's on 33 works against 45, so maybe he is just looking to deal with those Adepts and immediately counterattack, although MaNa, with an Immortal on the way up, is already looking as though he's going to have enough here. So those Adepts shade forwards. They're not going to be able to find too much just yet, and again, another Zergling or so going down to the left side. And again, this set of Adepts picking off another Zergling, and Nexus now dropping down on the third base, again set up and ready to go. As again, that lair going to be finishing in a moment or two for Bly. +1 attack and blink on the way up right here is actually MaNa under some pressure over here right now as those Lings are going to come in, get us around. Oh no, those initial Adepts are going to fall here pretty quickly. So those Adepts already disappearing as we're going to be seeing Lings and Roaches jumping back onto this expansion. Going to be seeing the Nexus going down. Both the pylons are going to drop as well. Oh man, well this is already a little bit painful, and Bly is once more just starting to drone up behind this already, getting his economy going to transition through just in case he can't kill MaNa, which may very well be difficult because of the fact there is kind of a fall off and a very narrow choke point here in general. Just going to be seeing the Lings and Roaches still kind of poking around to see just what else they can do perhaps in the next couple of moments. You're going to see a Robobay on the way up in the main base as well. MaNa still setting up into some more further tech here to continue onwards. As Immortal Sentries and a Stalker coming forwards, picking off a Zergling. Looking to retake his expansion. I mean, the thing is, MaNa throughout all of this is still kept to work a lead, which really keeps him in a very, which keeps him in a position where he can definitely play forwards from. Bly's army supply obviously will be a little bit ahead for a while, but just being down on workers for the entirety of this game, look at that income lead that MaNa has had. So overall, it's actually not even so bad for him, the way that this has gone. So, a little bit unfortunate for Bly. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking earlier. You try and go for that Link Flood and then just teching away from it without even really committing at all. He didn't even morph into Dropper Lord to try for a little bit of damage, which is what is so weird to me, that he didn't even try for that little bit of something. So strange, as we are going to be seeing those couple of Roaches just gathering together. Going to see a Hallucinated Phoenix in the main base taking some shots. I mean, MaNa just picking up all information he might need. Not going to get caught off guard twice in this series by Mutalisks or something along those lines. As Bly doesn't have much to hide, he's just morphing in Ravagers. He doesn't have any sort of crazy tech path teched into here. No, it doesn't even have a Hydra stand up. I mean, that's how low tech he is at the moment. So, you know, while MaNa is doing a good job of scouting, there isn't actually much of it, much for him to truly scout at the moment, as we are going to be seeing. The Stalker's picking up another few units, and there's that Disruptor, which is just going to be popping out here in a moment or so as well, to continue on and along. Stalkers getting themselves a Ravager kill, then using the Blink upgrade to just get out of that fight nice and easily. And MaNa playing the Disruptors, something you don't see all of the time any longer, as we're going to be seeing the first Disruptors already here, actually. Oh, those force fields are going to be devastating, because that Disruptor shot, oh no way, there's missing a force field on the top side, or the bows broke through. He actually gets away. I thought that Disruptor's going to hit both of those Ravagers and maybe a Roach as well. That would have been absolutely crazy, as we're going to be seeing those units gathering up towards the third base. And again, everything here from MaNa just getting set up, joined together, and ready to go once again. Female Stalkers warp in, and MaNa moving out in towards the center. We're just going to be seeing Lings and Roaches and Ravagers coming into the middle once again. Another corrosive bow comes down, a couple of changelings getting picked off there. And again, just going to be seeing these units coming through the top side, ready to attack once more. A couple of units going down. Spire is on the way up. 5 more Stalkers being warped in, and again, +2 attack on the Forge does just finish here, as all of these units are going to be pulling back in towards this army. Again, a couple of Disruptors to kind of add on to this. Bly still playing super low tech. I mean, Ravagers, Roaches, and Lings. It isn't the best of army compositions from him. I mean, not even Hydras to add on. However, Spire about to finish, and he's once again got a lot of gas in the bank. And it feels as though MaNa, he was scouting just before the Spire, but he hasn't scouted since then. And of course, just after a scout of a Spire goes down, well, of course, now he has no idea that it's coming up. The one benefit he has Blink, he has Stalkers, and he's already moving kind of forwards on the map. He gets rid of a 4th base, and he then just recalls home to come and deal with this kind of army, which is counter-attacking. Obviously doesn't want to let too much be done here. There's a few probes already going down this Overseer as well. And again, just moving forwards, MaNa going to do a pretty good job with this, as we see those Adepts doing a good job of pushing back a lot of those Zerglings as well. So they get pushed back over to the left side, as again, more units of Bly are going to be coming up, and they're going to be setting up towards this third base. +1 flyer attack, meters on the way too. A few Stargates coming in as MaNa realizes he's probably going to have to deal with this here in the near future, so he's going to get ready to deal with. Or maybe he's just, I mean, surely he's not transitioning because there's no fleet beacon, right? So, looks though he is just realizing meters on the map, and then he's got to have to deal with that, although so far hasn't even started up a Phoenix. Oh, because he doesn't even have a Stargate. I'm just so used to Protoss players opening the Stargate nowadays. Forgot that this was a Resonating Glaives opening, so actually doesn't have a Stargate from the get-go at all. So MaNa just can't do anything about this right now. I mean, he can blink after the mutas, of course. At the same time, Lings are running in over here, and they're having a pretty great time as well. Some Stalkers warped into the main. They will be able to push Bly's Mutalists back. These Lings are now going to fight against this cannon. Well, the cannon will probably win out this fight, but it's still been a pretty good effort in the long run. Oh my god, so many of the mutas went down, though. I mean, that's now, what, 10 meters remaining? And Bly trying to build a Lurker Den behind this here. Will use the mutas to buy time, but MaNa building 3 Phoenix at a time. Well, he's going to have the answer to these mutalists very quickly, and then he's even going to have Phoenix to lift up Lurkers from the fight and unburrow them, which could go a long way as well. So again, mutas poking around, seeing what else they can do. A big attack from Bly to the south side. Oh my god, well, the Disruptors get some huge connections to defend that initially. Roaches and Ravagers just disappear. MaNa is looking so good at the moment here in game number 2 to tie the series up, perhaps. Again, just more of these units gathering to the south. Roaches and Ravagers with the Zerglings as well in the center. Still so many mutas from Bly, but that's the thing. Bly is a player who will just mass mutas, and of course, if he's just going to do that, that's why having 3 Stargates is always going to be beneficial. And that's why just going all out on the defense against the mutas is going to be worthwhile, because Bly will just not stop making these mutalisks throughout the game. It's just not something he does. As we see +2 fly attacks on the way up, 7 meters on the way out, and a couple of carriers also coming in as well. So MaNa making that later game transition now straight in towards the carriers here, and seeing what he can do with that then. Just going to be seeing these Phoenix getting pushed back by the mutas. Actually, as you're going to see the mutas still trying to push on forwards, do a little bit more perhaps still. So going to be seeing these meters actually getting rid of a lot of the Phoenix right now, and even fighting these Stalkers and kind of winning the fight. Some Roaches and Ravagers on the ground. We're going to see meters coming back in. We are going to be having them picking their way through a few of those Phoenix. Again, a few more Stalkers still fighting away, and 12 more meters on the way out. Now, Anion Pulse Crystals is about to finish up, and that upgrade is going to give him the extra range on the Phoenix, which could go a long way, but an unpowered Stargate means that now there's not going to be too much else. Targeting the Fleet Beacon, not even sure if that's a great decision or not. I mean, will he get much out of it? I mean, he slows down carrier production. If he feels as though that's a major issue, then I guess he will. As Bly continues to just roll on in, and actually look at this, just killing off so many workers. 33 workers killed as the Stalkers will blink down to the low ground to try and deal a little bit more damage. More Lings continue to come on through. Continue to fight against this here. You're going to see more Stalkers blinking down to the side, and just going to be seeing them continue to fight against this. Bly, he's definitely not won the game just yet, but he's done a lot of damage to bring him back into it. He's now up 20 workers, and he's still making more meters. That's the one thing I am concerned about here, is they're not just the point where those meters are not going to be able to do enough anymore. And he loses another few as he flies back through this army. That's going to hurt. So that's really cool, by the way. Just looking around, there's like a frozen Nidus network over here and a frozen hatchery. That's really sick. That's what it's just a frozen up Zerg base. Some spawning pools and stuff. Yeah, that's really cool. Is that a Nexus? That's another hatchery. Sorry, of course it is. Or a hive. It's pretty sick, man. As you can see, Phoenix comes through and gets picked off right away. One of my favorite things to do on these new maps is sometimes just look around to see what is hidden in the corners, etc. As you are going to see the meters getting a little bit more damage done, and really the Stalkers on their own just aren't cutting it. They don't have the numbers to really survive this at all. As the meter's going to pull back in towards the main base once again, and well, again empowering those couple Stargates. Phoenix are no longer on the way out. And this back and forth will just continues. Now some probes are going to get targeted down as well. 18, 19 workers fallen here so far. And now he's going to jump on top of these Archons too, so he's going to start targeting those very quickly. And those Archons are just going to get picked off right away. And as you see the meters making their leave, but I mean a single carrier up is not really against a couple of carriers up, okay? I just don't even think that's enough. 2 carriers picked off those Archons even. I mean, you can just see how deadly those meters are with the +2 flyer attack upgrade. It's scary. I mean, they fly in here once again. It's going to be GG as Bly is going to take game number 2. And we're going to be going into this right now to the bottom left-hand side. Unfortunately, this game really doesn't mean anything at all for MaNa. He is the Blue Protoss bottom left from Team Liquid. But it does mean something for Bly. If he wins this map, he will finish this group in first place. He's the red Zerg to the top right. Can he finish above Bjorn? The last-minute replacement coming in to defeat everyone. What a group this is as well. Like, if you told me that Bly was going to play in this group and would win it, I wouldn't have believed you, because, I mean, Bjorn, Hero, MaNa, they're all strong players, but Bly? Well, I mean, it's kind of crazy indeed. Again, what's up everyone in the chat? One last chance for me to just quickly sell out here today. If you do enjoy the stream, make sure you hit that follow button to see when we go live again in the future. If you're really enjoying the channel, of course, make sure you do subscribe. Helps me to continue producing full-time StarCraft 2 content. You can also support the channel in other ways as well, which I'm sure you guys know about. And just keep all of that in mind if you do enjoy the content and want to see more of it going into the future. It's the best ways to allow it to keep on happening, as we do. Go into 16-bit though, this Team Liquid Map Contest Tournament number 2 by WardiTV, sponsored by Blizzard. To the top right is Bly, and he's going triple hatch before pool, so some greed here to start off on 16-bit, as MaNa will come across the map with this probe to see just what he can get up to in the next couple of moments. I also love this map in terms of its aesthetics. I think it's one of the cooler ones as well, alongside Blue Shift and Digital Frontier, which I love. I think this one really is pretty beautiful. I really love like the red, the floating like jelly cubes is what people were calling them yesterday. It's pretty sick, as we're going to be seeing a Stargate opening here from MaNa in our final game of the day. It's been a pretty fast group today. No messing around. We've been seeing a lot of kind of faster games, some all-ins mixed in there as we went on through. Intrigued to see what happens in this game number 3 right now, as we set up in towards this. Stargate is about to finish up, and MaNa will be able to start jumping on towards this Overlord in the next couple of moments. Start to deal some damage. Void Ray is going to be popping out and is going to be targeting down that Overlord in a moment or two here. A couple of drones going down across the map as this first Adept has arrived and is already dealing some damage. What's up, the Music 7? Map Maker himself in the chat with the Cheer 16. Thank you very much for the bits. Do appreciate. Thank you very much for the support. As we are just going to be seeing. Link speed coming through. Let's have a look around the map. Is there any extra cool doodads here? I mean, it's kind of hard, right? Because everything's kind of floaty. I love the swap between like blue and red, like halfway through, though, like on the kind of the line of symmetry. It's really neat. And naturally, Bly, the red player, spawned in the top right, the red side. MaNa spawned on the blue side. I really just love the cubers, man. They're pretty nifty. You guys think? I don't know, I think this map, for me, when I look at a map, I mean, everyone has their tastes, right? And everyone has their opinions on what looks good and what doesn't. But for me, I really like the kind of the futuristic maps with like clean, simple. I like it when it's clean and simple. You know, I like this sort of tile set. I like tile sets that aren't too busy. I don't really like foresty tile sets too much because I feel as though the grass is just kind of a bit dull and busy and yeah. But yeah, I love this sort of tile set. I think it's really pretty. Maybe actually, I think this map contest might be the first one in a long time. Well, not the first one, that's the wrong phrase, but it really does have a lot of maps which just straight up look awesome. Maybe more so than maps have done in previous contests, I even feel, so yeah, it's pretty cool. Anyways, Oracle comes in, just throws down a Revelation for now, no further harassment, as we are just going to be seeing a few more extractors on the way up. So actually, Bly going up into all 6 gases already, with a Hydralisk Den on the way. What on earth could his plan be here, as we get this going? That's going to be seeing the Stargate on the way up here. Second Stargate from MaNa, actually. Now, something we saw from MaNa the other day was I was casting with Rifkin, of course, in the BTSL. When I was casting MaNa the other day against Snoot and so on, and he also played against Sort of. He actually went for this this kind of Oracle-based play, which we haven't really seen for a while since the patch that kind of messed the Oracles up a little bit. So intrigued to see what exactly the choice is of the second Stargate this time. He's going to RoboBay 2, so it is a pretty weird combo to get started. As you see, the double Oracle combo in the natural is already getting 7 workers. Has to leave because of taking too much damage, but 7 workers still nothing to laugh about. It's a serious, serious deficit that Bly is going to have now on his natural mineral line. Just going to see that Void Ray working its way through the hatchery, as we are just going to be seeing a little bit of pressure here to try and slow down that hatch. Bly also expands to the south as well, though. I'm just going to see a Queen and a Hydralisk coming forwards in that Oracle. So those 2 Oracles going to be taking a little bit more damage here, as you see continue to push forwards. Again, this set of units of Bly going to be able to turn that away, and he's going to be able to protect the hatchery too. It's a good job so far. Again, just going to be waiting to see Spire about to finish. It was a fast land. I mean, we saw so many gases being taken, but he went into the Hydra Den initially and he is building Hydras, but again, the Spire coming up, the potential to switch out now is going to be there. As you see, 2 Void Rays being made at a time. So he's actually MaNa kind of going mass Void Ray, as well as also going in towards, you know, Colossus too. So kind of Void Ray Colossus was a style that became popular for a very short amount of time, but didn't really stick. So interested to see what MaNa can maybe get done with it here this time. There's extra gates coming in on the natural expansion, and we are going to be seeing what's going on. Is there a difference in the animation of the crew tumors when they're ready to be spread? No, it's just a timer-based thing, right? I mean, it just looks like this. I guess you can maybe tell by how far out the creep is, but no, there isn't a actual difference. This crew tumor is not going to become any different in a second. It just looks exactly the same. So Void Ray Colossus coming through here. You see +1 flyer weapons on the way up as well. And this is pretty interesting to see the Twilight Council coming through too. Groove Spine's on the way up. Muscular Organs was prioritized here by Bly initially. I mean, with Spire already in play though, he's got the potential to build... Well, I guess that's the issue, right? Do you build Corruptors? Because building Corruptors just melts to Void Rays. It's actually very difficult to know here, really. As you can see, these Hydras continue to come through the center of the map. They are just not quite able to pick off that Oracle here. They're going to be able to, just not quite get that Oracle at all in the end. As you're going to see again, Void Rays, a couple of Colossi. gathering together. Bly just going to take a little bit of damage. As Bly, his Lurker Den's halfway done, and he probably wants to wait out for that before he actually starts to really be aggressive here. As we do just again set up and wait to see what happens next. More of these Hydras moving down the right hand side, and we're just going to be seeing the infestation pit. It's going to be complete in just a few moments as well, so that is not far away, as Groove Spines is also finishing now in the top side. So again, has those upgrades ready to go, has the range on the Hydras, so he is going to get aggressive now, attacking this fourth base. MaNa is just going to have 2 Colossi and Void Rays, right? I mean, this is not an army which should kill a couple of Colossi and Void Rays. And okay, Hydras against Void Rays might not be a bad comp, but obviously the Colossus just do so much damage onto Hydras with the bonus against Light, and it's just so difficult to imagine that Bly can push through this. Now, if Lurk has been introduced, that definitely changes things. He's also adding on some Infestors to his composition, so continue to get set up into that. Those Infestors currently on their way out. And there's going to be seen a few Hydras pulling back, the rest of these units from Bly moving out into the middle. Hivers continue to come on up. I see a couple of these Zots getting taken down here once again, and just going to be seeing Fleet Beacon continue to come on through. Also, is going to be seeing these couple Colossus continue to move on forward. Some Void Rays up in the sky as well. A few more High Templar continue to come on in, and just more of these probes continuing to fall. Void Rays coming forwards and continue to push those Hydras back. As again, Colossi, High Templar, see what they can do, but he just doesn't have, I mean, he doesn't have Storm yet, right? So has to morph into Archons. It's going to be okay, though. Those Hydras are still not going to be able to do enough on their own. But those Hydras are back on the right-hand side. The third base under harassment once again, taking more damage once more. Just going to be seeing a couple of Vipers on the way from Bly as a way to try and deal with this here at the moment, as MaNa has been defending very well so far. The Vipers, maybe they can abduct the couple Colossus and then maybe give the Hydras the chance to advance on towards the rest of the army. Just needs something though. I mean, also even just Parasitic Bomb onto the Void Rays could help a lot too, so definitely possibilities, definitely different ways to perhaps approach this here in the near future. I'm just going to be seeing Hydras and Infestors coming back up in towards the natural, and again, 5 bases set up right now from Bly. He's going into those Corruptors, he's got his Hive up obviously, so he's going Broodlords, his Adrenal Glands, all of the tech that he needs here in this, as we're going to be seeing these Hydras and Infestors continue to move around. I'm looking to see if they can find themselves a fight worth coming into. Never used the Lurker Den actually. It's just going to be seeing the larger army now of Bly maxed out, moving across. And again, MaNa now starting to switch up into Tempest, preparation for Broodlords perhaps, as we see some Lings going to run by into the natural and main. It's going to go into a couple of different directions. I'm just going to see those Lings moving through and just going to start picking their way through a few of these probes, and it's going to be seen, well, main army over this right hand side again. Here come the Abduct, surely. He actually just goes for a single Blinding Cloud on a Colossus. Corruptors are picking them off as well. Now he's going to come back in. He didn't actually land any feedbacks here at all. Hydras take so much damage here though, and Bly loses out on so much, but he's going to be able to well, start rebuilding pretty quickly, at least that is the one benefit. Those Corruptors though are actually going to die to this a couple of Void Rays. I'm not sure why he turns away. He's absolutely killing it against these, and those Voids do back off now. Bly shut down with this fight. I mean, it was the correct composition for MaNa, right? I mean, you had Colossi against the Hydras. The Vipers didn't really, I don't know what the Vipers were looking for. I really feel you pull those Colossi in faster, they go down, and then the Hydras begin to overwhelm. But a Parasitic Bomb on one of the Colossus? That was weird. I mean, okay, the Corruptors are going to get rid of the Colossi too, but the faster you get rid of them, the less damage they do, and the less chance you have of losing too many Hydras to then be able to push on in with. 13 minutes in, and we're going to see another set of Zerglings coming down to the bottom right hand side of the map to try and attack once again. They're going to come all the way down in this direction. They're going to find themselves a Nexus which doesn't really have any protection at all, so Nexus is being attacked. As that Nexus is attacked, the Lings do get the kill and they back away, so a good job so far is just going to be seeing MaNa is now still on the supply lead. Bly has money to spend. just isn't currently spending it. Has some lava here and there, currently just mass expanding around the entirety of the map. The Ultra's Cavern coming through as well, as he looks to maybe switch up his tech choices as he continues on through this. Zealots charge in to grab themselves another few Hydralisks. And again, another few Hydras going to continue going down here in the next few moments, as we're going to be seeing the Zealots still being picked away at. Colossi, Void Rays, Stalkers all picking their way through a whole bunch of those Lings now, as extra hatcheries continuing to fight on through. Ultra Cavern is going to finish in a moment or so. 2 more Tempests on the way out. And just getting ready to continue on. Kindness playing 14 more Corruptors. Well, MaNa, I mean, he did start building Tempests a while ago, and they continue to build on up, so we'll see how much of a addition they can really turn out to be here. Just gonna see Zealot's gonna run in over on this side and already continue to try and just deny bases here at the moment. Slow down wherever possible, whenever possible. As the hatchery gonna be taking quite a bit of damage, and more Zealots towards the upper left. We're gonna see what might happen as well. As we're gonna see, it's going to be a cleanup here, but again, it's just keeping Bly running around. It's going to keep him away from trouble for the next couple of moments. He actually does lose the hatchery, so in the end, pretty effective here by MaNa. And he has some more Zealots up to the top side, looking to do a similar thing, just deny those extra bases. I mean, this is a huge map, by the way, 16-bit. It does come in the macro category. Not only does it have that in-base expander to help you macro early, but the first 5 bases, honestly, are pretty easy to hold. It's the base that Bly's trying to take right now that become a lot more difficult to hold on to, and that's why he is having some maybe difficulty against this. As you see, the Tempest managing to grab 1 shot onto the Viper, but it doesn't get a kill. If there's so many Corruptors, I mean, extra Void Rays might just be a way to continue on in this. As you're going to be seeing those Corruptors coming all the way around to the left-hand side once again. You can use the Vipers to abduct in 1 single unit, while then obviously kiting away with the Corruptors. And that's the thing as well, though. If Prismatic Alignment drops down, I guess, you're in that kind of weird, tough position as he picks over the actual Viper there. That's nice with the Stalkers. But you're in that weird position where it's... I completely forgot what point I was about to make. But Prismatic Alignment comes down on the Void Rays that give the bonus damage. It's they could move very slowly, right? So the Corruptors can just kite away, so it makes it kind of difficult to actually deal with these Corruptors, I guess. Anyways, we're going to see melee upgrades coming through. Obviously, the switch into Ultras is a possibility still. +1 Flat Carapace 2 continue to build up just a buffer for his Corruptors in the sky. MaNa has +3 air weapons on the way through. He's got that Observer speed as well. The Gravitic boost is not an upgrade you see every day, but obviously late game like this, you may as well invest into it. And we're going to see the first Tempest coming down, and Abduct does see the Colossus going down instantly, more or less. But MaNa being across the map here, he's going to start forcing the issue. Already going to pick off this hatchery over on this right-hand side. So that is going to go down, as we're going to be seeing another yoink on that Tempest, and it's going to go down pretty quickly. The Storms are very good, and MaNa so far has had a great engagement in this. It doesn't look as though he's too interested in continuing to fight, although with those Corruptors so low on health, I feel as though he should be diving in there, you know, force a fight while the Corruptors, you know, before the Corruptors get to heal. He's done a lot of damage here. Can he capitalize on it? Well, I mean, while a lot of Stalkers going up the top side, they're going to look to be doing the job that the Zards were doing previously now. Coming all the way up top and seeing if they can pick off a base or so as he blinks into the center to avoid that links around. Meanwhile, Bly's actually chasing forward to look for a little bit of something. The Void Rays are going to be taught to fight these Corruptors. And we're going to see another couple of Tempests firing away there. Carriers as a switch up now as well. MaNa continue to expand on his air army, continue to just build up into different sets of units here. I mean, obviously Carriers are the ideal sort of late game situation, as we are going to be seeing those units gathering up, and MaNa going to be coming up towards the top side once again now. Pushing on up here, as we're going to be seeing a couple of these creep teamers going down. And oh my god, those Arc guys, drones being chased away. 10 of them going down instantly as they were stacked up. And MaNa just moving around and still denying bases, stopping Bly from really getting more economy than MaNa would be able to deal with. So MaNa doing a great job of this, using his army on the map. being very confident with it. We're going to see a fight starting up though, and the Corruptors do melt to a couple of storms right away. Another storm or two coming down on the Hydras, and as those Hydras disappear, that's an issue. The Ultra unable to break through the Spine Crawlers. We're going to see MaNa though backing away, but definitely coming out as the winner of that fight. Out of storms, however, it's going to be difficult for him to continue fighting this here, to the point where he's even just going to recall out just to save as much as he can. So he recalls on out. But that was a good fight from our Protoss player. Fight which puts MaNa really and truly into a fantastic position at this stage. There's going to be seeing Zards charging in, and they're going to start targeting down that hatchery. They get that kill nice and easily, so that hatchery does fall. And again, just keeping Bly on currently only 4 bases. I mean, a 5th base up here as well, but MaNa knows about it. I'd be very surprised if this survived, you know, past the 20-minute marker even, honestly. Going to be seeing a bunch of workers picked off there already, as MaNa himself struggling to hold some more of these bases, but he is able to hold this bottom side base, a base which Bly was not able to hold up on the top. As we are just going to be seeing that, again, that hatchery coming on in, getting set up. 5 carriers currently being built at a time. I'm just going to be seeing Ultras and Hydras continue to come on forwards here. Nexus goes down, Pylon goes down. We've seen these Ultras still taking a little bit more damage here and there. Again, carriers getting to work, and Ultras taking so much damage as we do see the little bit of a run by over here. If this Ultra is still picking away at a whole bunch more of those probes. It's going to be seen again a few more High Templar getting set up, and we are going to be seeing Zealots to the top left. I mean, there you go. It's going to survive just past the 20-minute marker, but really not much beyond there. And the Zealots are going to be able to pick that off, and again, MaNa just keeping Bly on very limited bases. He can't mine from the 3rd base, natural, or the main really. I mean, a few minerals left, but he's going to be very starved for gas as well. I mean, even this base has to not really have too much gas left on it, about, what, 500? So Bly needs these bases, otherwise he's in way too much trouble to continue playing this out. As we're going to be seeing this army comes up to here once more, and it's going to be another hatchery taken down. No cancel, just a straight up kill, and honestly, Bly is running out of minerals to even replace hatcheries if he isn't getting his money coming back. It's going to be seen again these Archons and units just continue to move in towards the middle. Just going to see again these Ultras going to start getting ready to go once more. A couple of feedbacks coming through. We are going to see Corruptors running in as well. Parasitic bombs drop down. Wow, there's no way. Bly's going to lose this army, and this is going to stop him from taking 1st place in the group. MaNa going to take a map here against Bly, as you do see the Interceptors still flying around, picking off whatever they can, wherever they can. And it looks as though we are pretty much going to be done here. I mean, Neuroparasite on the way, that's not going to save the day. So many carriers coming in the end. MaNa with a slow, steady tech up in towards the Sky Toss. Slowly going from Voidways to Tempest to carriers. And now his army is really just so difficult to deal with. I mean, a fungal growth is really not going to do enough, as we see. I mean, some interceptors being caught here and there, but it's not going to be enough to really save the day. I mean, a recall back home is just going to allow MaNa to reproduce, gather units together. But Bly's not going to stick it out. He's still losing bases up top, and that's going to be GG. MaNa takes it. Game